Wasn't just an accident. This could have been prevented.
The pair is charged with first-degree manslaughter in the death of 56-year-old Dennis Slater, killed when the sides of a dirt trench collapsed on him at Laurel Woods Farms. And it wasn't the first time.
The trench did fall in a couple times before that.
A warrant shows Slater's text conversation with a friend asking how his day was. "Not good," responded Slater. "In a trench by myself today. Trench collapsed twice." And when questioned by police why proper safety measures weren't used, Locke responded, "I guess we play the odds."
Hey guys, I don't know about you, but that video to me is really hard to watch. In the safety community, we have a real problem. You can talk till you're blue in the face about standards are important, engineering controls are important. Within the safety community, the hierarchy of controls are important. And it all, to me, and to a lot of my peers, feels as if all we've ever done is put the cart before the horse. We have not done a good job of correcting what I think is the original sin of a lot of workplace accidents. In that video, I don't know if you caught it, the victim was in their 50s. The two men arrested look like they're well over their 50s into their 60s. And I put this to not just complacency. I talk about complacency, but I'm making the word do a lot of the heavy lifting. Complacency for me entails something that we seriously need to kill off in these high-risk industries like construction, oil and gas, trucking, whatever it may be. This macho man bullshit, excuse my language, this notion that toughness will somehow keep you safe. But built into that toughness is also what we admire and exalt and hold up on this pedestal of the ideal. That's the pride in our craft, the work ethic, the willingness to endure for the team, for the company, for the project, and putting ourselves second to that and being praised for it a lot of times. That has to be put in the grave. We have to take this mindset that somehow celebrates ignoring our own well-being and our own safety, that it is some form of masculinity or the ideal work ethic. The ideal work ethic to me is someone that hones their craft, puts the hours in, the 10,000 reps as they say. The people who take pride in what the finished product of whatever they're doing looks like. Within safety, we need to improve rapidly. To see the old violations still the same ones coming up in the top 10 list drives me crazy. This mindset that it is somehow weak. I don't know where it started, but that's my entire focus now. I have a new motivation of what I want to stamp out in this environment, things I want to call out now. I'm less worried about you having your eyewear up here when I come on site to do an inspection than I am of you telling your apprentice, don't worry about it, here's a hack to work through this so you don't have to tie off. Here's a hack so you can just put a bandana over your face when you're cutting concrete. That shit's gotta go. And the people in my age range, these 40 to 50s, Gen X, who got to see the hardest son of a bitches ever in the generation before us, and then act as if everyone after us are the weakest, softest ones ever, have to throw this shit out. We have to remember that everyone on that job site is probably providing for someone, whether it's themselves, a spouse, children, a pet, their parents, whoever it is. And they should never have to worry about being on a site and not going home the next day. That video highlights where you know in your heart and your soul, just like right and wrong, you know when you're doing something right and you know when you're doing something wrong. I see it day in and day out on job sites. My team sees it day out and day out, day in and day out, where you talk to someone and they have the knowledge of the safety standards. They have the awareness. And yet they still put themselves and others at risk. Trenches to this day still scare the shit out of me. If you have someone doing this work and they're not well versed in soil mechanics, and they're not well versed in the controls to make their team safer before they go in there, or they're too afraid to actually tell the owner of their company, their manager, the superintendent, that we need to stop. We need to bench this properly. We need to move the spoils back from the edge. We need a trench box in. There's not enough ladders. You'll hear people ramble off everything they need, and it falls on deaf ears because the complacency to production, the complacency to that mindset which says getting the job done is more important than any other risk I take. It's got to be put in the ground. And I'm calling on everyone in the industry to start shifting your mindset. The safety guys will stop worrying about the minutia if we can start worrying about this mindset and having the efforts we take towards it be implemented. There's only one way to do it, and that's in ourselves. At every instance where this creeps in, we have to stop, we have to recognize it, we have to call it out and go, we're not working like that anymore. The people above them, all of the business owners, all the managers, all the project construction managers, owners reps, you name it, owners, you all have to enforce it. You have to lead by example and say, production is not more important than your safety. Saying the words and then doing something completely different is criminal to me. And I think you should be arrested if that's something you do on your job site. I don't think it's overkill, them taking those two guys that were in charge of that site that knew what needed to be done, knew there was a problem, and still allowed those people in that trench. That's a crime. And they should be punished for it. I'm done. I am fed up. I'm coming into 20 years in this game. And if I'm honest with myself, the only things I've truly seen change are the products we bring to bear in safety, the technology we bring to bear, the ability for those above us to ramble off safety standards and give it the right words to market it, that we put employees first. And if you go on 20 of their job sites, 18 of them will have serious infractions where they've knowingly allowed someone to put themselves at risk. It needs to wind up in the ground. We need to kill it. And I hope together we can make an impact to where that's something you all want to do. So I'm going to be the first to call myself out when I take risks. I'll be the first to call out actions I take that put myself at risk. I'm hoping you'll do the same. And I'm hoping all the people you train that are coming up after you, you teach them that mindset. Thanks, guys.